Hey, it's Sabrina with Health Hope Harmony. This week we are going to talk about how to choose the breeder that is right for you. But before we get into that, go ahead and give this a thumbs up so that other people can see it, and go ahead and click the subscribe button so that you get updated each time we put a new video out. Once you've decided on the breed you want, the next step is to pick your breeder and or look at the local shelters and or rescue groups. My biggest suggestion is do your research and be patient. I strongly encourage you not to go to a pet store to buy a puppy. These are generally from puppy mills and don't have the best start to life, not to mention how some of the parents are treated. Pet store animal purchases also tend to be more impulsive, and adding an animal to your family should never be impulsive. This is a living creature we're talking about, and this decision needs to be well thought out and agreed upon by other members in your family. Finding a reputable breeder also means being willing to pay for such breeding practices. I have several friends that breed pups, and I follow a lot of breeders on social media. I see how much love and work goes into quality breeding. They truly want the best for their pups, and that comes at a cost. This doesn't mean that you should spend an arm and a leg for a pup, though, especially if financially it's not right for you. If a breeder asks a fee that seems too good to be true, it probably is. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people out there trying to scam you. While you're on the search for the right breeder for you, why don't you follow local rescue groups to see if something comes up that will fit what you're looking for? To find a reputable breeder, start by Googling the breed you want, your location, and the word breeder. You can also search via Facebook and Facebook groups. You might also try asking your friends and family to see if they know of any breeders. Once you've found some breeders, take a look at their websites. Are they user-friendly? Are they pleasant to view? A few of the websites of breeders that I looked at would give me a headache looking at them too long. The images were not laid out well. The text and other graphics were difficult to look at, not to mention reading. Those breeders were quickly removed from my list. Also, look at their available puppies. If there are a lot of puppies available, it's likely a puppy mill. Please don't even look at the pups. As quickly as possible, click the back button and remove them from your list. Yes, I know, it's sad to see those pups, and I know you'd make a great home for them. But when people continue to buy from puppy mills, it keeps the puppy mills in business. So save yourself from falling in love with a pup on their page and turn around and leave as soon as possible. By this point in my search, I had it narrowed down to about 10 breeders of Cavapoos and Cavachons within a 5-hour drive of us. I created a list of questions for each breeder. I went to YouTube for some ideas on what to ask, and I'll post those links to some of my liked videos in the description below. I didn't ask all of these questions at first. I narrowed it down to what was most important to me and my goals of finding a therapy dog to raise. I emailed my top 10 breeders about 5 questions and detailed what I was looking for in a pup. I wanted to know what early training they did with their pups, whether they used general early neural stimulation, the Superdog program, or puppy culture, or something similar. I also wanted to know if they did health testing on the parents and what their goals for breeding are. Some didn't respond, some responded with short answers, and some responded with lots of detail. This narrowed it down to about 5 breeders I liked the responses from. Almost all of the 5 had wait lists that were at least 6 to 9 months long. No big deal. I was prepared to wait. Once I had it narrowed down to the 5 and knew I had a while to wait, I decided to narrow it down even more if I could. Because these breeders, and most breeders, ask for a deposit before you can even be put on your wait list. So make sure this is the breeder you want to go with. I asked to see where the pups were raised, if it wasn't super clear on their website, or if they hadn't already told me or shown me. I asked to see past litters and parents. Ask questions until you think you are being annoying with the number of questions you're asking, and then ask some more. A good breeder will be patient and answer all of your questions. At this point, I had it narrowed down to my top 3 breeders. The next step was to, you know it, stalk them. Google them personally and professionally. Research their social media accounts, not just their business, but their personal social media accounts. I know this kind of seems crazy, stalkerish, but once it's on the internet, it's public knowledge. And you need to know what you're getting yourself into with this pup. Ask to speak to their vet. Make sure their breeding parents are up to date with vaccinations and regular health checks. Make sure that they're taking the puppies in for regular visits or having the vet do a house call for regular visits. And do a live video. Chat with them to see their space. See the puppies that they currently have, even if it's not from a litter that you will get. Most importantly, trust your gut. Always, always, always trust your gut. That means listen to the things that might be yellow or red flags that you might be tempted to put off and not pay attention to. This also means you're probably going to have to be patient. The right breeder and pup will come along, I promise. While I was prepared to wait months, if not a year or more, one of my top 3 breeders had a litter being born shortly after conducting interviews. And since they're new to breeding, they didn't have a super long wait list. But I'll be honest, I was hesitant to go with them because they're new to breeding, and this would be their second litter of Cavapoos. I really appreciated how much time they took with answering all my questions, and never once did I feel I was annoying them or being too nosy. I also appreciated they had gotten their female from another of my top breeders and used this breeder's stud. I also really liked that they had partnered with a vet, so I knew the puppies would be closely looked after. I'm also, as you might imagine, big on trusting my instincts. I've done a lot of research, and I knew this wasn't an impulsive decision. Each time I have trusted my gut, things have a way of working out. So we chose to get a puppy with Everbrook Puppies. I'll put a link to their website and their Facebook page in the description below. Remember to click the like button and hit the subscribe button so that you can stay up to date on all of our endeavors with raising a therapy dog.